Congo is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Vinegar Syndrome. It can be found as an Ultra Edition and a standard release, both available at Vinegar Syndrome's website. Now, Congo came out at a time when I was fully embracing building my own personal home theater setup and physical media collection. To me, it's a fun adventure movie that has a solid cast, good action scenes, and even some good humor. Ernie Hudson, for me, is one of the standouts. I really liked his role here. And Laura Linney does a good job as always, and the great Tim Curry is awesome. I even love Delroy Lindo's cameo. His scene never ceases to make me laugh. Plus, the use of practical creature effects gives the movie a bit of realism and weight that often gets lost in today's CGI creations. Congo may not have been the powerhouse blockbuster the studio was hoping for, but it's always had a soft spot in my heart, and I'm very happy we now have a 4K edition to add to our collections. If you're thinking about going into this as a blind buy, I do recommend it. Congo on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 1:5:1 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. According to Vinegar Syndrome, the Congo 4K transfer was newly scanned and restored from its 35mm original camera negative. At the beginning of the disc's playback, a note from Vinegar Syndrome lets us know that there are occasional scratches and other print damage from the source. The label has mitigated these occurrences, but are still prone to pop up from time to time. I found the overall condition to be largely in good shape and didn't find these blemishes too egregious or distracting. As for grain, it's nicely preserved with no signs of management present. The disc's encoding is fairly strong, and bit rates often hover over the 80s for much of the duration. Right off the bat, image clarity is very apparent. I last owned the movie on Laserdisc and can safely say that its transition to 4K is a marvelous visual upgrade. Details absolutely shine, both human and gorilla alike, though some of the era-specific special effects do show their age, but thankfully these are few and far between occurrences. Mid-level and faraway shots also offer noteworthy improvements in this area. Both HDR and Dolby Vision are supported, and the grading manages to eke out just that bit more flourish more often than not in regard to the palette. Colors generally look slightly more punchy in a visual sense, most noticeable in outdoor day sequences. The red tints from the traveling party pop nicely, the green of the Congo is beautifully lush, and other primaries offer similar results. Skin tones look natural but can slightly tiptoe on the side of warm. Whites are stable and don't appear blown out. As for black levels, this aspect too is nicely reinforced. Deep inky night scenes look great. The hippo's attack as the party travels by raft perfectly conceals the creatures, but not at the expense of shadow detail. Congo on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 mix as well as a 2.0 stereo. The accompanying 5.1 perfectly complements the picture quality, as I found it to be a largely enjoyable surround experience. I only have hazy memories of the Laserdisc's audio track, which was the last time I watched the film, but I do recall it too was a worthy kind of mix. I assume the 5.1 here is a more refined offshoot of the Blu-ray's release, which once again I didn't have in my personal collection. As such, surround activity was a healthy mix of ambience, action-filled audio cues, and of course, Jerry Goldsmith's score. It's when the film shifts to the Congo that things become a bit more lively back there. There are some occasional jungle sounds, for instance, and when the team jumps from the plane, the whoosh of wind whips by you, and of course, the variety of weather effects come into play. The final sequence with the gray gorillas also has more than a few moments that keeps things going on in the surrounds. Dialogue in the center is clean and clear with no issues to report. The front speakers in their turn also do a good job with their respective cues. The LFE I found wasn't overly aggressive, but did manage to hold its own whenever it was called for. It often carries some weight and is effective in its overall delivery. Vinegar Syndrome once again delivers on a good amount of extras, some newly produced by them, and some legacy content from years ago. Of the new offerings, there is an audio commentary featuring Kelly Goodner and Jim Hemphill. I listened to about 20 minutes, and the pair have some good insights, and I think I might go back and listen to the rest very soon. There is a nearly 1 hour featurette called A Crash Course in Ape School, looking back at the creation of Congo's gorillas. It's part retrospective and part making of, and it was really fascinating to see how they designed the gorillas used in the film, where if this movie was made today, I could easily see CGI being used. There's just something so authentic about the practical nature of the creatures in the film that is yet to be duplicated in today's filmmaking. Another shorter but still worthwhile feature with the makeup team gives some further insight and is also very informative. A legacy feature, Journey to the Unknown, was ported over from a previous physical media release, as well as behind-the-scenes photo galleries. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Congo on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A. Aside from a few source-related imperfections, the transfer is certainly one that I think will please most fans of the film. The palette looks nicely reinforced by Dolby Vision, and image clarity brings out details in a satisfying way. Once again, Vinegar Syndrome does a great transfer for this forgotten gem. For the audio, I gave it an A-. The DTS 5.1 is a worthwhile listening experience and is one that I think will make most home theater fans pleased. There's a healthy amount of action and ambience, and throw in the nice score from Jerry Goldsmith, you have a well-done track. For the extras, I graded them an A. It's nice to see when boutique labels put a little bit of extra effort for bonus materials, which lesser labels may have just done a cut and paste from previous releases and called it a day. I think if you really enjoy the film, the new supplements offered are certainly worth checking out and add a lot to the overall enjoyment of this very nice 4K release. So that is my review of Congo on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct link in the comments section. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.